Happy Father's Day. Today I'm going to comment on what all fathers are probably thinking about right now. Who are the most intimidating characters of Breaking Bad? Now, number 6 is Gus.
Enjoy your meal.
And he doesn't make any faces, which means he makes no nice faces, but he also doesn't make any mean faces. So he is average.
Por favor, acepte mis condolencias.
Gus Fring, where do I put you on this thing? Ding-a-ling-ling, he never sings. You know there's trouble when his cell phone rings. The man lives alone and loves banana peels. Once you shake hands with him, your fate is sealed. Intimidation is his fring, but I'm not scared of Gus Thing. If an old man could kill him, then is he really a villain? I think he just needs a big hug. If you want to get to the most intimidating character, first we have to go through the least intimidating, and that would be Lydia Rodarte Quayle from Breaking Bad.
No, I didn't say that.
While Lydia did some pretty slick plays to stop the danger, she was really just stupid and annoying. Not really intimidating in any way.
And all of it, right at my fingertips. A laptop click away.
Even every second on the screen I saw her was like nails on a chalkboard. I was just waiting for Walt to pop a bullet through her head, but that never happened. I think Lydia had the potential to cause some mischief, but she was too anxious and scared to get shit done. Number 4, Skyler. While most characters become more rough and edgy as the series goes on, our number 4 character gets knocked down a peg at every possible opportunity. That would be Skyler White, the Harley Quinn Walt's Joker.
Hi, you've reached the White family. Please leave a message.
It's debatable that in the first episode, she's one of the most intimidating characters of them all. She has the presence of a tiger, and an intimidating one at that, but that tiger-like power doesn't last as her world begins to crumble. Later on in the show, during one of the sleazier episodes, it's Skyler that uses her feminine charms to manipulate Ted Beneke, one of the show's biggest bottoms, singing happy birthday to him in a way that is undoubtedly seductive.
Happy birthday to you.
While her intentions were pure and innocent, Ted cooked his books and paid the price because of it. Too bad Skyler couldn't use the magic on Walt, the man with the face of stone. Walt isn't interested in romance, as he's usually too busy. Maybe if Walt didn't spend so much time making drugs and going to the drugstore, he'd have time to hug his wife. As Walt builds up his street cred, Mrs. White begins to lose power, until she is left with nothing, both figuratively and literally. Number 3, Walter White. You guys know Walter.
What are you even trying to say?
Then you know he probably goes by many names. Heisenberg.
I am. Heisenberg.
Dad.
I am.
Father.
Mr. White.
I am.
Mr. White.
Walter Jr.
I am.
Walter.
The one who knocks.
I am the one who knocks.
This is just the tip of Walt's iceberg, as those names alone can't describe his greatest accomplishments. So, welcome to my list of Walter White's greatest follies.
Heisenberg.
Father.
Mr. White.
Walter.
The one who knocks.
You ever met a dude you just didn't like? You don't really know why. You just don't.
Maybe it's something they do, how they act, or you just find them annoying. But any way you slice it, you just don't really like them. They're just douchebags.
So we've glanced through the video game world and found those that just whip us into submission, whether we know why or not. Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig.
And I'm Handsome Tom.
For Screw Attack's Top 10 Douchebags.
It's number 1.
This is my confession.
First up is his blackmail video he made to screw over Hank. Only a mind as dark and twisted as Walt could make him such an evil video. I'm shocked AMC even let that thing air. It's one of the darkest moments in a show known for its dark moments. I'd also like to mention Walter's hand-to-hand combat skills. He could take a beating better than you'd think for such a huge nerd. Always the comeback king. When he tumbles, you can count on him getting back up and biting back harder than even those with the wildest imagination could ever conjure up. I'd hate to be the victim of those pearly whites. Number 2 is Victor. You don't need to say a lot of things to leave a big impression, and that is very true for Victor. One of Gus Fring's henchmen, Victor scared the crap out of me whenever he appeared on screen. Victor is a very complicated character, so you never know what's going on inside his head, and his given affiliation with the Fring Empire. It's probably all bad stuff and evil thoughts about offing Walter. Sadly, Victor fell too close to the sun and broke his loyalty promise to Gus, leading to his gruesome demise. I'd be more sympathetic if I wasn't aware of the nightmare that lied inside.
Why isn't there anything cooking?
Now, I know you guys are all really excited to hear my number 1 pick, but there was just so many scary guys that I have to do number 1.5. He's the guy. So, if you thought like Victor was scary, then you should see this guy. I don't remember his name, but he's like similar to Victor. What sets him apart is that he has crazier eyebrows and stays on task a lot better than Victor ever did. Maybe Victor acted out so much because he has like attention deficit disorder. Potentially that could make him more dangerous and erratic than even the craziest normal guy.
This person doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Been watching him for weeks. Know every step to his cook.
If you can believe it, he talks even less than Victor. Can you believe it? Can you? He only falls due to the brilliant plan of Heisenberg, taking out 3 birds with 1 bomb. Number 1 is Janae. What happens when you take the manipulation of Walter, the gender of Skyler, and the rambunctious free spirit of Victor, and you roll them all up into one? You get Jane, or Calamity Jane, as I like to call her. Let's ask another big question here. What's scarier than all of the guns in the world? Addiction. I'm addicted to candy, but Jane is addicted to much worse things. Despite her best effort, Jane is unable to avoid the allures of instant pleasure. But that is not the only reason she's so high on my list. Another reason is that she's the only character who's able to talk Mr. White, the man with the mouth of gold. What's he?
I take that back. This is blackmail. Because what I know about you, high school teacher turned drug dealer with a brother-in-law in the DEA, that'd make one hell of a story. National news, I'll bet.
What's the opposite of white? Blackmail, and that's what Jane does. What's the opposite of male? Female! And that's what Jane is. In a series where monstrous men roam around untamed, it's refreshing to see a girl who can keep these beasts in check.
How do I know she'll keep quiet?
I guess you don't.
Rock on, Jane. You deserve better treatment up in heaven or wherever you are. But the thing is, none of these Breaking Bad characters eat candy, but some of them might. So next time I'll bust out the crystal ball, more like crystal meth, and predict just exactly what each character is chewing on. Until then, I've been the monarch of deep darkness, and this has been a Flame Grilled production.